Hi guys, it's Katie from Bab with Me. A question we get asked in the shop all the time is by new parents wanting to know how to use their stretchy wrap. So that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm using a Little Baby Tie the Knot stretchy wrap. So as you can see, it's 5 meters of stretchy material, and in the center it has a little marker. This one is yellow and square, so it's really easy to find. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find the middle part of my wrap, indicated here, and I'm going to turn it around to face me. So as I'm holding it out at arm's length, I'm just going to pop it over my shoulders. So the yellow square is in the middle of my back and it's over both of my shoulders. At this point, I'm just going to gather up one side of the wrap and pop my arm through. And then I'm just going to move it around like this until I can see the yellow square coming through, which indicates the middle part of the wrap. There it is, and I want to make that into the middle of my body. So I'm going to pull it around, keeping it nice and tight. You want this swimsuit tight. All the space for baby is made by stretch in the wrap. And I'm just going to pull that around so it's still nice and snug. The yellow square is in the middle of my chest. And I'm going to wrap it right the way around under my other arm. Find my free hand to bring it round. And I'm just going to bring it up over my other shoulder to form an X on my back. So if I turn around, I now have one straight pass on my front and an X on my back, and this part is over my second shoulder. So I'm just going to gather this up, use my free hand under the wrap, take all of the gathered section through and drop it down so it's still nice and snug. So now I've got the X on my back and the cross on my front, and I'm going to make a second X on my front just by crossing over the two and swapping hands. And you want this X to form where baby's bum is going to be. So for me it's just above my belly button. So if I pop that there, I can then just cross it around myself again, and I can tie it off here, but I prefer to tie it off at the side where I can see it. Just a double knot is absolutely fine. So at this point, you're ready to put baby in the wrap, and you can tie it like this and leave it all day and just put baby in and out as and when you please and just adjust it slightly. So I've had this X, and this is where baby's going to sit. So I'm just going to gather up this section and move it down underneath out of the way. So here I have my X and I'm ready for my baby. So on my X, I have an underneath pass and an over the top pass. I'm always going to deal with this one that's underneath first, so that it's easy to move the material about. So I'm just going to pop one hand through, find baby's foot, and just guide baby's leg down into that X. Swap hands, always keeping one hand on your baby. Hand through again, and it's moving baby very, very minimally. So you'll see I finished here in the knees with baby. Behind the knee there's a big patch of muscle, so it's really comfortable for baby to have all of that material bunched in under there. But to support their back, we're just going to use material and spread it out. And what we're going to do is we're going to move it from knee to knee and shoulder to shoulder with both passes of your X. So you're just going to pull it across very gently, moving baby very, very minimally. And just make sure that that material comes through right into the far knee and across from shoulder to shoulder. And same again with the top section. So again, we're just going to move that across, knee to knee, and shoulder to shoulder. At this point you've still got your underneath pass with your little yellow square on it. So we're just going to pull this down over one leg and pull it down again over the second leg, and then we're just going to lift this section up to finish at the base of the neck. Now this is fine, baby has plenty of space there for their face, but what I quite like to do is move a little bit more material out of the way. It makes it more comfortable for me, and it gives a little bit more space around baby's face so you can see them. There's two different methods for this. So we're going to call method one the sandwich method. So I'll do this on this side. Take the part that's closest to your neck and fold it down over your shoulder, and then you'll find the part that's closest to your arm and fold it up over the top. So you've sandwiched that material, and it's instantly giving you a lot more room around baby's face. On the other shoulder, I'll do the flip method. So for this method, you take your hand, pop it through your shoulder pass, find your nose, and just take the very inside edge of the material and just curl it, twist it, wiggle it through until it's flipped itself over, and you just pull this part down your arm. And again, you can pull a bit more of that material up if you find that's too low. But that's baby in your sling. So at this stage, you want to make sure you've checked for hands. What's hands? Well, you want to make sure your baby is hands-free. So you can move about. Your baby's secure. You want to check their airway is free. So here you can find baby's face. They have plenty of space between my chest, and they're sitting against the bony part of my chest. So they're not dipped down in cleavage. They're sitting against the bony part of my chest, and their head's free to move. You want to make sure they are knee to knee. So from one knee pit right into the other knee pit. So here you see you've got your material starting here, and it goes right round into those knees. They've got a nice deep seat. So they want to be in an M shape. So up one leg, under the bum, and down the other. So that's a nice open position for baby's hips. It's a great position for their hip development. And you want to make sure that their neck is supported. So babies have limited head support as small babies. So good hip support will make sure that their heads are supported well, but you want that wrap to finish right at the base of their neck to make sure that their head is well supported. Hands. Taking baby out then of the stretchy wrap, what you want to do is just roll this top section down, and you're just going to basically do everything you did to put baby in reverse. So roll it down, under one leg, under the second leg, and then you're going to unroll this section. And again, make sure at this point you're really supporting baby with one hand at all times. And just roll that back into their knees. And then it's just gentle movements of baby. Lift them up slightly so they're free of the material. And just pop one leg out and the second leg out. So baby's hardly moved at all, and you're ready to put them down.